am having a Burger King coffee. Yesterday was the McDonald's coffee, and the day before that was the Bojangles. Okay, taking the top off. And I ordered it, of course, black. Who likes Burger King coffee? Who out there in these fast food streets? What's your opinion as far as the Burger King coffee versus the McDonald's coffee versus the Bojangles coffee? And then we're gonna have to do some boutique coffee and artisanal coffee, and we're gonna have to do all that stuff where the people launder their money coffee. We have to go all throughout the coffee world. We will be going. I'm gonna give it a taste. Let me test it. This doesn't have the line like the McDonald's cup has. The McDonald's cup has, there is a little line there. And there's a little indentation. Can you see that?
That's all the way at the edge.
Right over here, right above there. Can you see that? Oh yeah, you can. There's a little puzzle piece right there. Oh, also known as an Easter egg. That's a good tasting coffee.
I think theirs is the strongest.
This, I was about to say, this is like stronger. This has more body.
Very strong. Heavy.
I am thoroughly enjoying this cup of coffee.
From the second sip.
From the first sip, right from the first sip. Is it better than the McDonald's coffee? Which I said the McDonald's was better than the Bojangles. And now I'm thinking the Burger King is better than the McDonald's.
Definitely is.
It's pretty damn good. It doesn't have the bitterness, but it does. When I say bitterness, it reminds me of chocolate. The darker the chocolate, the bitter the chocolate. But this doesn't taste anything like chocolate. It's just the only way for me to describe it. There's this
bitterness,
like a strong, I don't know. So how are you? How did you sleep?
I know it was freshly brewed, so maybe it's from a different part of the world. All these, they like to normally, well, I noticed Bojangles said it was Arabic, I believe. So
I have no memory of that.
Maybe start to ask, inquire.
Yeah, we need to inquire where you get these coffee beans from. And I remember as a child growing up, it was always the Colombian. Was it Colombian coffee?
Exactly.
Right. And then I've heard stories of family members that would hang off the side of the hills in Puerto Rico and grab their own coffee beans to grind up and make coffee. I don't know if this were legends, but this is stories I've heard. That they were like, I'll be right back. And they would like hang off of a cliff, reach off of the cliff and grab coffee beans and grind them up. These are manly men. Much more manlier than the men that exist today, I'm sure.
Nice and hot.
My hands are dry. I don't like having dry hands. That's just because before I left the house.
Maybe it's a dark roast. It looks very deep, dark.
We also got the breakfast sandwich because we're going on my 18th, 19th hour of me not eating. So I was just like, you know what? Let's order the breakfast as well. And we got a later start than normal. LJ was ready to go. She took our daughter to school. She ran an errand. She came back, and I was just like, give me a few more minutes. I was, having some, just this morning thing is new for me. I normally don't get up to 10 a.m. And that's for like 40 years.
breakfast was over when I got in there too. And I'm like, please, can we have breakfast? We were in the drive-through.
Right, right. We left the drive-through when you walked in. So I wound up getting. So did they make this fresh for you? Nice. Here, read that. Well, let me tell you a little bit about Burger King. The drive-through is to my left. That's this way here. And there's no one going through this drive-through. And then inside, LJ said, there was how many people working there?
Working about 4.
About 4 people working. Oh, but you said there was people sitting there.
Yes.
And what were you saying?
2 sets of 2.
2 sets of 2. So 4 people in the dining area
All
at
elderly.
10 a.m., 10:30 a.m., all elderly. And it's like everywhere I go, Burger King is like a ghost town. And you would think that Whopper would hold them down. Maybe that's the only thing keeping the lights on is the Whopper. Well, this is a croissant. And this croissant has cheese, bacon, sausage. Let's see what this croissant is hitting for.
An egg.
So 2 meat. The egg tastes very much like an egg I would make at home. Doesn't taste processed at all. The sausage tastes very typical breakfast, and the bacon, I was able to taste every taste there. The croissant, though, comes across like it could be like a sliced bread, not croissant. Can I have a little ketchup?
Okay.
I need to add a little something to this. Thank you. And this is the Heinz ketchup. I enjoy a little ketchup on my eggs. I know when I was in junior high, people used to make fun of people that had ketchup in their eggs. I didn't understand that.
Yeah.
It was always girls. And let me give it another try. Now that hits better.
I took it up that notch.
It's a better. That ketchup just really. But I have to tell you, I don't like the croissant. It tastes cheap, processed, and it looks like a croissant on the top, but it's really not. It's some sort of white bread that they have figured out how to make it look like a croissant. But the egg tastes just like something I would make at home. No salt or pepper on it. But that's good. Let me pair it. Let me chase it with a little Burger King black coffee.
And call it the,
Oh, it's such a good chase.
the 18-wheeler breakfast edition.
This is an 18-wheeler. Tell me what you mean. Ooh, let me get one of those.
Same for the P. Oops, R.I.P. He used to make fun of fast food breakfast. They would call it 18-wheeler breakfast.
Okay.
So I guess from the trucks that's bringing in the food.
Okay. Right, like just processed. Well, this tastes cooked. This does not taste processed
No,
at all.
even down to the bacon if you look at
Yeah,
it.
the bacon tastes like really cooked
And it
food.
looks like real bacon.
Right.
I'm like,
Only thing processed to me is this damn bread, this croissant. This croissant is missing some Frenchness. Here, can you put that down? The McDonald's coffee was much hotter. And you would think the McDonald's coffee wouldn't be as hot after that big, huge publicized lawsuit where that woman burnt her vajayjay with the McDonald's coffee.
Whoa.
And she sued and lost.
But they also had a biscuit as an option.
Yeah, I would try the biscuit. I know it can't compete with Bojangles, but we gotta find out. This was okay. I give this sandwich a strong 6.5, 7. It's above average. If they could do something about that croissant, then they got themselves something serious. You only have one of these?
Yeah.
That was smart. That was smart to just get one of these. Tastes like something from the supermarket. The tater tart. Can I get a little ketchup on this one?
Well, Bojangles had that big.
Bojangles was very good, except for the ones that I had were great from Bojangles, and then I tried your last one that you gifted me, and it was not good at all. It was like soggy. So you better eat that right out the fryer. I'm Big Elvis, the chef, sitting here with LJ, my wife. We are spending mornings together lately. We are indulging in coffee. She has her coffee, like 4 half and halves, and 2 equals, and 2 Splendors, or 1 Splendor. And I have mine's black. That's because I don't want the one with the cut in it. Everything got cut. You use the bathroom, the toilet paper has cut in it. It's like, well, you got to use like damn near half the row to get your business taken care of. Let me get out of the bathroom talk while we're eating, though. So I apologize for that. I wouldn't like it if someone did that to me. So not as hot as the McDonald's coffee, but there's a bolder flavor that I'm liking with this Burger King coffee. And we had to go 3 miles further for this coffee. I'm digging it though.
Because the kids aren't into it. And maybe did they ever do like a $5 meal? I noticed nothing. No $5 inspired meal going on.
Well, the reason why McDonald's does more than Burger King or better, or it's because they spend so much money on advertisements, commercials, and whereas Burger King, I think, spends like, let's say, $4 billion a year. McDonald's spends $17 billion a year. So that's why our children prefer McDonald's. But I'm sure Burger King, I remember I had Burger King a couple of months back, and they had the fish, the big fish, and something else for $5. So I don't know if they're having meals. I don't know. What do I know?
Or sandwiches.
But whatever they do have, they're not they're not advertising as much as McDonald's. McDonald's is in your face. Everywhere you go, McDonald's is there. Promoting. Oh, look, you can see this paper I threw up here. I didn't want it to get wrinkled. But it's making my car look crazy. Boom. This is what do they call this paper you get when someone passes?
Obituary.
This is the obituary of my best friend, Dr. Daniel Lewis, the People's Doctor, my co-host on Premium Black News Podcast. His dad passed the other day. Would have been 81 the day they buried him, 81 years old. Good man. About 400 or 500 people showed up. So that was cool. I was, we should be so lucky. And what else? What else? I wanted to talk a little bit about Corey Holcomb, and I wanted to call Corey Holcomb an idiot. Corey Holcomb showed a picture of Anton Daniels' daughter, and he talked about her looks. And she's a teenage girl who arguably was hit with the ugly stick. You shouldn't be pointing out the looks of a teenage girl who's not a public figure. It was wrong. And Anton and Corey Holcomb is probably going to have to pay for that too. I'm sure Anton Daniels will be having his attorneys send a letter to YouTube to try to strike the show. But I checked out the show last night. I told you I watched it from front to back. Oh no. And pause. I watched it in its entirety, and there was no picture of the girl. So they edited that out. But the things he said, they did not edit out. So
I saw it on a Reactors channel. And there was a picture. So whoever screen recorded it has the picture.
oh, sure, of course. Hundreds of people have the screen record. That he had almost 30,000 people in his live the day of on Tuesday, and today's what, Thursday?
Yes.
Yeah, so this is 2 days ago. I'm late to the party. So Wednesday's when I watched the show, and I put it on 1.5 though. There's no way I was gonna go through 2 hours and 30 minutes at normal speed. No way.
No.
And I mean, I thought he did good. I thought he made good points. I have to give him credit. I came up with a show. Who's the real N word in this scenario? And I leaned towards Anton Daniels. And Corey Holcomb, he was very convincing when he talked about how he admitted that he was possibly shaking. And that was the big thing with Anton Daniels, was that when Corey Holcomb, if you don't know, Corey Holcomb is a podcaster, also a comedian. He's been doing this 15 years on YouTube, and Anton Daniels has been doing this about 7 years on YouTube, 8 years, and they're both. One is a conservative, and one is super liberal, super pro-black, and the other one is conservative Republican, who doesn't care about being pro-black. He cares more about
I'm a Christian.
no, that's what he says. He says he's a
Christian
he
first.
cares about being a Christian first. Yeah, but I don't. I think he cares about the dollar first. But one of the things that has been exposed this last couple of days, since this whole thing happened about 10, 11 days ago, and Anton Daniels has been reckless with his mouth. Whenever he feels challenged, he'll revert to ad hominems. And the ad hominems seem to be based on sexuality. Like, why are you acting, or why are you speaking, or why are you behaving like a homosexual? And he would push this rhetoric, and he's done it a few times on the internet, whenever he's challenged, or whenever his Christianity or his Republican ideologies, all that stuff. Whenever that happens, he's quick to throw the ad hominem at a person with sexuality. And when he did it to Corey Holcomb 10 days ago, 11 days ago, it got really, really heated, and the internet exploded. There was so much news coverage on it, local news coverage, and internet. YouTube streets were just going in. And after listening to Anton Daniels' show on yesterday, Tuesday show, I listened to it Wednesday night. Today's Thursday. Today's Thursday, the what? The
The
22nd.
22nd.
Thursday the 22nd, 2026. So we've been told. Um, this I have to say that Corey Holcomb is a jerk. Why did you include this man's child in you guys' beef? I would hate to imagine that I have a little tiff with someone, no matter how extreme it is, and they're bringing my kids into it, and they're talking about my kids being unattractive, or I mean, all they can say about my children is they're too attractive. Look at your children. They're just gorgeous. How dare they think they're going to be running the world on just looks itself? Where's the substance? They'll just have to add conjecture because, there's no. But, would I agree with Corey Holcomb and this young woman being unattractive? I say, what does it matter? She's not a public figure. I have no opinion on her. She should be able to be free of judgment in such a horrible way. I was actually, this morning when I woke up, I put on some Dana with the Data. Dana with the Data is a really, really good YouTuber who, she said that this reminded her of Kevin Samuels. And Kevin Samuels, he took over the internet for like 2 years. He was like Biggie Smalls. You know how Biggie Smalls has been Biggie Smalls, the rapper, Christopher Wallace, the Notorious B.I.G., Biggie. This man, he had such an impact, and it was only 2 years. His very small time he spent on the earth, and he was gone before his second album even was released. He left this earth in such a tragic way, and Kevin Samuels was the same way. He grinded for 10 years on the internet, but he didn't make it to the top he only was at the top for 2 years, and then he wound up passing. I always argue that the algorithm took him out. He was having such an impact on humans and marriage and love and fighting feminism, to so much so that the algorithm had to take him out. And there's this episode in Star Trek: The Next Generation. I think it was one of the movies, not necessarily the TV series, where there was this guy that he was trying to change the future. So he started to blow up planets. He would blow up the planet, and the shock wave from the planet. So he blows up the planet, and this shock wave from the planet would actually shift the universe and change time. And in order to just one man's quest to change an event, millions of people died. Billions of people were dying because of this. And it was like, that's why I always say, like, I have to do a little more research so I can really verbalize this better, because it's such a great series, the Star Trek Next Generation, and it also just shows how one man's passion, one man's drive and desire can change generations. And Kevin Samuels had that power to bring real change to the world, as we see marriage and as we see feminism and femininity and beauty and the standards of that, and being understanding and being realistic of your capabilities. And I would argue that the algorithm took him out. And Kevin Samuels, one of the things that pushed him forward was the Average at Best. And Average at Best was this woman that called his show, who did not want to talk about the topic. She wanted to be rated, and she needed to know why she wasn't getting there. I think she owned like grooming. She owned a grooming salon for animals, for dogs and cats or whatever. I don't know about cats, but she had a grooming salon. And her father and uncle were like her benefactors, and they were like taking care of her, making sure that she was okay. And and she just wanted a man and she wanted to be married, and she felt like because she makes like, let's say 200 grand a year and her business, and she needed a man who can match her, so to speak. And Kevin Samuels was like looking at her and said, ma'am, first of all, you're not on topic and you're trying to control the show. So okay, let's do it. I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna give you what you want. And let's talk. And he talked to her and he told her at the end, he's like, ma'am, you're average at best. The last thing you need to do is think you deserve anything other than what you're getting. And it was interesting because this woman, according to my source, is Dana with the Data on YouTube. That's Dana with the Data on YouTube. And she said that because of his rise off of this episode of her being average at best, that she was criticized so much so that she wound up suing him because and for damages. And Kevin Samuels settled out of court. He settled out of court with this woman. She made some money. How much did she make? We don't know. But this is a woman who voluntarily called a show, who basically agreed to the terms and conditions of the show, but still was able to sue him because of the effects this show had on her. So for Corey Holcomb to be yelling and screaming about he needs a producer because he was pissed that the producer of the show wasn't bringing clips up on the screen fast enough. So he was very insulting to his staff. This was Tuesday night. Insulting to his staff, threatening to his staff, minimizing their work and their wealth, saying that he's going to hire a new producer. And now in hindsight, I'm thinking, your producers were trying to save you. They were trying to save you from yourself and your ego. Your ego, Corey Holcomb, I'm speaking directly to, your ego was making you think that it was okay to put up a picture of a teenage girl who's not a public figure and then talk about her being unattractive. And even talking about her mom, how you ready to have sex with her mother, in so many words. So I totally think you were a jerk. I think you were a self-proclaimed jerk because you bragged on the show about you are just not a nice person, and that's why you're going to say what you're going to say. And I totally disagree with that. So Corey Holcomb, you get the L. Don't they tap their hand? You get the L. You don't deserve to win this week, even though this show was pretty damn good. 25,000 in the chat. I mean, it's still not Candace Owens numbers, but wait, as of late, it is Candace Owens numbers. Ever since Candace Owens was reached out to stop. I want you to stop. Ever since Candace Owens was told to stop, her numbers have gone down from 150,000 in the live to what, 35, 45,000?
She's, yeah, exactly.
Anything else we should talk about? Oh, I might have to get me a new producer. What say you about this Corey Holcomb debacle? Not debacle, but fiasco.
I think it was tacky.
It was tacky, right?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I think
Talking about the babies like that.
Turning into the vulgar thing they call those situations. Genital contests.
Pissing contest.
Yeah, who can be the biggest jerk. But I didn't realize you can sue someone for showing your children. It's interesting.
Well, you have to, the key with suing, you have to have what's called just cause. There has to be cause. There has to be just cause. And in order to sue someone, you have to be able to prove there's been an affect to what's been said about you. And it doesn't have to be a defamation suit. Defamation, you have to prove that you lost money. But what about if you lost respect on these streets. You know, how much is the attorney gonna be to help you win this case? You might as well give that 30-40 grand to the person.
I think neither one of them is winning. I think Mika is gaining more popularity.
And Mika is the young lady who Corey Holcomb alluded to them having an affair.
Yes. Who is an aspiring rapper. She has a conservative podcast. You know, she looks like she has a white father. She has a picture of her and her dad. So
She's mixed race.
Mixed race.
Okay.
Maybe Puerto Rican. They were saying Afro Latina. I take that back.
You take which part back?
The white father. It's a Puerto Rican man, actually.
Oh, that's a huge difference, baby. What is going on here?
I know.
Where are you getting these sauces from? They're all over the place. I love you, but come on.
You're funny.
So Mika is her name.
Mika. Yes.
See what happens with Mika's career. I hope Anton Daniels helps her and not stifle her or limit her. I do see that sucker-esque about Anton Daniels when he shows up with a person to a podcast under the assumption that that person, whoa. No, not under the assumption. He wasn't under the assumption. He had her under the assumption that she was going to be part of the podcast.
Yes.
That to me is a little suspect. You're supposed to be this super conservative entrepreneur, black man about his business. Everyone else that disagree with you is some sort of homosexual and some sort of gay, and yet you're not being honest with this woman who you claim is signed to you. Like, what are you, Mace? And she's Hassan Campbell?
Who's also married.
She's a married woman.
Yes.
She's a married conservative woman podcaster who's signed to Anton Daniels.
What?
like, and then he's lying to you. It's like, come on, I'm gonna fly you down, and you're gonna be part of this podcast on Tuesday. And she flies down, or up, or over, or across, and next thing you know, he never communicated this with Corey Holcomb and his staff. Suckish. Suckish. I don't like that.
Forgiving him.
Who's forgiving who?
Mika's forgiving Corey.
So Mika does admit that she was under the pretenses that she was going on the show.
Yeah, that's the clip that he played was from her podcast, where she opened up explaining the story. That she thought that she was told a week prior that she was going to be on the 5150 show, and when she got there,
Look at that butterfly. There's a butterfly. Huge butterfly. It's what I mean, the temperature's beautiful today, but this is not butterfly season. What's going on here?
I don't know. Well, she thought she was going to be up there, to getting there, realizing not only was she not going to be there, but she wasn't going to be on camera or on set.
Did her makeup, did her hair, smelling all nice, smelling all good. Husband waiting, and she has no show. Yeah, that to me is trash. You see, Anton Daniels figures the entourage that I'm with is they can sit on stage with me.
Yeah.
And Corey Holcomb is like, excuse me? I only have 3 guests a year on my show. I'm not letting the guests and their friends up there. You know, this is because it's really about Corey Holcomb. These people are, you know, for argument's sake, they're, I wouldn't say co-hosts. I would say, I don't want to be rude.
Yeah.
I don't want to be rude. We'll see. 25,000 in the chat. That was nice. Anybody say anything? Do I see one of my mods here? Well, I only have 2 mods. Do I see my other mod?
Yes, you do. Hey, T Riddler.
What up, dude? Almost done. The coffee's kind of lukewarm, but it doesn't taste bad. Whereas yesterday, I was like terrified and I gulped it down, the McDonald's. I didn't want any lukewarm coffee, and this is like kind of lukewarm. And if you look at this coffee, there's a little residue here. Like you can see like the edge of the cup. Whereas the McDonald's one, it was completely clear at the end. There was nothing left. Like here, if I shake it, you can kind of see the little bit of the coffee res. So maybe that's what makes this coffee a little bit more pungent. Not pungent. Pungent is a smell. This is more bolder. There's a boldness to it that I enjoyed. All right, what's this? Day 4 with coffee?
Day 4.
Day 4 with coffee, and you're here with me, and I'm here with you. Forget about it. Let me finish the res. One man's what's that called? One man's residue is another man's come up. You are appreciated for tuning in to my coffee with LJ. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for participating. Hit the like button. Anybody say anything?
Thank you. No, just a few highs. Is that fries? Is that good?
All right. Love you, and that's a fact.